everyone, this is Sarah and welcome to the Elemental Indigo YouTube channel. This is your weekly oracle card reading for the week commencing 7th of October. And today we're going with the fairies again. And healing with the fairies oracle cards. So I'm just going to put that over. And shuffle the cards to see what we need to know and what all the people watching this video need to know for the week ahead. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've tried using a white cloth today to try and get some more light into this, because now we're sort of mid-autumn, the light is failing miserably, especially here in Cumbria where it appears to be like several shades darker than everywhere else, so I'm doing the best with the light that I have. Okay, so beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday, is trust your intuition. Now I think this message tends to come up quite a lot in readings because it is important, and no matter how much, I think we need constantly reminding of this fact sometimes, because no matter how much we know we should trust our intuition, you get time and time again where sometimes it might be easier not to, because the sort of gut feelings you have are taking you one way, which on the outset may seem to be a harder way, or may seem to bring up more issues, or maybe a more sort of painful, in your opinion, way of going. So sometimes that's sort of the number one reason we ignore it, because fear comes up. But at the beginning of the week, we're guided again to listen to intuition, listen to gut feelings, anything that comes up. Don't be procrastinating about it either as well. Sometimes, I know I've done it as well, you think you get a gut feeling that you should do something, yeah, that's a great idea, I'll do it, and then it's done tomorrow, it never quite gets there. So if something comes up at the beginning of this week that you think is a good idea, perhaps, say career wise, you might get a brainwave of something that is a good idea to do. If you do, don't go, okay, yeah, that's a great idea, I'll have to do that sometime, see if you have to schedule it in, just get on and at least take some action steps. If it's a big project, or like a big career change, a lot of people will as well get overwhelmed, if you're changing career completely to something else you have no on paper experience in, say, you've never really dabbled in before, it can seem a bit overwhelming at the time. But just take it one week, one day at a time, break it down into little chunks, take a step in that direction. It doesn't matter what step it is, if it's the first step or the 57th step, just take a action step in that direction and act upon it. And there is an affirmation for this card, if I just find it. Yeah, the affirmation for this card is, I trust and follow my feelings and thoughts without question or delay. So we're getting on with it. Okay. Wednesday, Thursday. There you go, it's another purple card. Positive expectations. Okay, so positive expectations is a card where it's saying that we've been perhaps working on manifesting what we want in our lives, and it's sort of, it's not quite visible yet, as in, it's happening to me at the moment as well. You've been working a lot on manifesting what it is you want in your life, but you may not have physically seen it yet. You know, if you're working on manifesting money, more money into your life, you might have been working through all your blocks, and putting out the right vibrations out there to bring it into you. And you might just be getting to the point where you're thinking, okay, I'm doing all this stuff and raising my vibration, but it's not in my account yet. But this card is saying, basically, don't give up now. You're like, it's round the corner. You know, if you come into the end of the street and it's literally around the corner. I think as well, both these cards, there's a lot of black, there's a lot of dark space. It's like, it's that thin veil where the stuff, everything is like right there, but there's just that really thin veil, so you can't quite see it, and that makes you question if you're doing it right and start thinking about it. But all you need to do, this card is saying, is keep on thinking positive, keep on doing what you're doing, because it is being manifested. Just hold on in there, and you're doing it right. Don't think you're doing it all wrong, and don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle occurs, because it's really nearly there. And then, I know I do it as well, you get to a certain point and then you start having thoughts creeping, going, well, nothing's happening, is it really working, is it worth it? And you start getting those negative thoughts coming in, and that's gonna muck up all your hard work so far. So we've really got to work this week on focusing on the positive things to make sure what we want actually physically gets here, and we have that soulmate right here, and we've met them, or we've got that money that we need in the bank account, or we need to move, so we've actually found the house in the estate agent's window, that kind of thing. Okay, so the affirmation for this card is, the affirmation for this card is, I am safe, confident and secure. I feel joyful about my future. Okay, so going into the weekend, and this card is vacation. So this weekend we are being guided to take, in whatever form we can or we are able to, a vacation. Just some time out from the usual. I mean, this fairy on the card she's got big butterfly wings there, which signal that she's gone on vacation, apparently with a giant parrot, which would be pretty cool. But I suppose as a fairy, a parrot's going to be bigger than you anyway, so it wouldn't be giant. But she's gone on vacation, and that's giving her some time away to reflect and transform. So the thing is, when vacations come up, I think the first thing a lot of people think is, oh yeah, I'd love to go away, I'd love to go away for the weekend or a few days, but I can't afford to. Which again is limiting. Especially if, like me, you're trying to manifest enough to live on at the moment. When you see the card vacation, you think, well, that's fabulous, but how am I going to do that right now? Okay, well, let's just push them thoughts out of the window for now, because, you know, it's the beginning of the week, this is the end of the week, we don't know what's going to happen in between. But the fairies are saying that, you know, take the money out of the equation, take all them thoughts out of the equation. Vacation, it doesn't need to be expensive. You know, you don't have to go abroad for a week, you don't have to go and stay in a hotel. It just means getting away from the usual, you know, Monday to Friday, mundane kind of life. Especially if you've been working hard on manifesting things, if it's sort of career-wise as well. You know, the career and money are the biggies usually at the moment. So if you're working on that, you're probably working your socks off. You know, especially if you're like in a position where you're trying to set up your own business or move into the career that you want to do, that you feel is your purpose in life. You're probably working your ass off at the moment during the week and probably at weekends as well, because if it's something you're passionate about, you tend to throw yourself into it until you see results. But sometimes you just need to take a day or 2 days or 3 days or a week or whatever, just something away, because this is sort of coming up as a flag to say, you know, you do need that time away, because it will actually help. It will be therapeutic. It's like, it is an investment in yourself, because you're taking that time away, and basically that will prevent you from doing things like burning out, because if you just keep working and working and working, you will burn out, and then you're really fudged, then you won't be doing any work. So I've done that myself. I've done way too much and then just crashed, and that took months to recover from. So taking a few days out, yes, it might cost a bit of money, which might bring up uncomfortable feelings, but then again, that's another practice for you to not be fearful about lack of money. You know, it's another practice, and it's an investment in yourself. So even if you take like one day and one night away just from the usual, it just gives you that sort of bit away where you can get a different perspective on things, and you can just recharge. It's the most important thing. You need to recharge, because, well, we all need to recharge at some point, and it will help you stay positive as well. As we can see during the week, we've got, you know, we're focusing on just keeping the thoughts high and keeping positive. If you just take a few days away, that can help as well boost your positivity about things, so you don't get too ground down in everyday life. So yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive. You could just go camping with friends somewhere, or you and your other half could go, I'm trying to think what I'm going to do now. Yeah, you could go to a hotel room for the weekend or something, just try and get away for the weekend. Or if you've got kids, you could take them out somewhere on a day trip, and I don't know, there's loads of options, but if you can just get somewhere away from where you usually are and what you're usually doing, just to clear your head a bit this weekend, I think that's really going to boost our energy levels going into next week, which I think might be quite important. So have a great week. Get looking on the internet for hotel rooms, and I'm going to try and do the same. Okay, so I will see you next week, and hopefully we'll all be nicely refreshed and revitalised. So have a great week.